Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin chart, we continue to see red candles. So Bitcoin is still in corrective mode. And guess yesterday was already a warning. Remember that I took the potential for an impulse to the upside from the chart because even though just slightly, but the 50% Fibonacci level broke of the, this length here. So that told us, okay, we probably will not get a 5-wave move up. And here you see that effect because once the 50% fib level is broken, even though it was not a sustained break, but it didn't look right anymore, it gave us basically a hint and a warning that we might see a more extended B-wave correction down there to the downside, or maybe even already a breakdown back into the larger support zone. Let's talk about these two scenarios. Let's talk about short-term bullish. Let's talk about short-term bearish. Let's talk about short-term bullish first. The short-term bullish count is basically the yellow count here on the chart. In this yellow scenario, you can see that the market produced a 3-wave move to the upside. A, B, C. And this 3-wave move to the upside is possibly, in the yellow count, only the A wave of a larger B wave. We're now doing the B wave pullback, which is again a 3-wave move. A, B, C. And then as long as we don't sustain below 62,300, which is the 78.6 fib level of this initial move up, I would still like to see a move up in 5 waves in wave C of the larger B wave. So A, B, C. This is the short-term bullish scenario. It is part of an overall wave 4 correction in which from the, high? From the Thursday high last week, the market dipped into the larger support zone, which we call A wave of wave 4. A wave 4 is typically an ABC structure. I mean, it can still morph into something different, right? It could still morph into a triangle. We don't know that at this stage. Then the move up here could be the B wave. And then a C wave to the downside could be a 5-wave pattern. A, B, C. And within the B wave, A, B, C as well. So that's sort of what I'm tracking as short-term bullish. But as you could see, it is at the moment not expected that we are in a breakout to the upside and that the wave 4 is already completed. Okay, so that's what we track the shorter time frame count first or for every single day, several times a day, because we want to see what the probabilities are or what are the odds for a direct breakout to the upside. At the moment, they are not very, very high because I don't see any impulse to the upside. A clear impulse to the upside would give us a clear edge in terms of okay, we might have bottomed already in wave 4. We haven't done that. We haven't seen an impulse. I mean, anything is possible. I mean, this could turn into some kind of an ugly diagonal to the upside. I will probably entertain that idea at some point, but at the moment, there's just nothing clearly telling me that we've already bottomed in all of wave 4. I would still like to see that more healthy, more aggressive B wave though, even though in this initial move to the upside, you can see we already hit the golden ratio level, perfectly acceptable for a B wave. But looking at the greater context, I would like to see just a larger B wave. It would look better in terms of proportions, and especially in crypto and especially in a bullish market. So it's all a question of probabilities, right? B waves tend to extend, and this move to the upside could take us to round about maybe the low 70K region. But at the moment, there is absolutely no evidence that this C wave rally within wave B has started. Therefore, I'm tracking the support area, and as long as the market is holding above 62,300, I'd like to see that move up happen. I'd like to see that C wave, but it takes a 5-wave move. So again, when can we say that this is happening? Well, when we have a first initial 1-2. So basically what we need is a first higher low form on the chart in a wave 2 pullback. Okay, so wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 pullback. That's basically what we would like to see. a higher high and a higher low. And that would be the jump off point for a third wave rally in wave C. And support can be found at 64,400, 63,525 and 62,300. Yeah, and then this would be the, at the moment, preferred scenario. I told you what I need to see for that, and also a break above the last swing high here at 66,650 would suggest that this C wave to the upside has started to unfold. And then, I mean, it is possible that red has played out or is playing out, which would mean, because we've already reached the golden ratio level, I mean, that is long enough, strong enough for a B wave. It is possible that this B wave already topped. You know, it is a 3-wave move up, and it fulfilled with reaching the golden ratio level, certainly minimum expectations for what we would normally call a B wave. So, but I would need to see some evidence for it. I mean, it's not that, you know, this is absolutely a valid assumption. The B wave might have topped. Now, we don't know that at this stage, but then also the move to the downside looks somewhat corrective. You have overlapping price action there. So I don't have a clear 5-wave move down either. So because I have 3 waves up and 3 waves down, I prefer another move up. Now, it can always be an ending diagonal here in wave C to the downside, in which we would only see 3 waves in the subwave structures. But, you know, again, as long as the chart is only moving in corrective structures, it's difficult to get an edge. There are only possibilities. That's normal in corrections, but I'm just telling you what my preference is and where the price can find support. Okay, so this is a possibility, but then we would have completed wave 1 in a diagonal. Certainly that means the downside pressure isn't very high. And even if we get a diagonal, well, to be honest, then we can at least count the waves nicely, because in diagonals in crypto, the waves can be counted quite nicely, especially in C wave corrections. Whereas if we had an impulse down in wave C, it would happen very quickly, and oftentimes the smallest degree waves are not visible because everything happens in one red candle. So yeah, I think to complete this correction anyway, a diagonal would be preferred in wave C. That happens often in crypto, in corrections. Yeah, that's at the moment my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.